Often it's just a one-on-one conversation. Every now and then there could be a second guest, but we're gonna hit three guests, maybe a fourth if the dog hops back in. We'll see. But I think we're in for a fun conversation with this trio. They are known as July Moon. They have a brand new single, "What a Woman Should Be," which is out now. Let's welcome in. Let's see if I can get them all correct. Piper Bateman, Paige Mackenzie, and Braelyn Watt.
Yeah.
Perfect.
See, I was nervous. So I'm glad I could. Three names is hard. One.
A lot of us.
So, how's everyone doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm good. It's busy. It's also hot up here in Kentucky, and I don't like it.
Oh, yeah. The heat's getting to our heads a little bit here, I think.
Yes. So hopefully we have some good drinks tonight to cool us off. I always like to start this off. Bar conversations. What are you guys drinking tonight? What's your go-to drink these days?
Okay, so Paige here, she works on the Pedal Taverns here in Nashville. Ooh. And she always has leftover cans of random things, so we go in her fridge and find them when we're here. And today's find was a Sunny D seltzer. But I just wanted it because I used to, drink Sunny D as a kid, and I was like, I miss that taste, and it doesn't really taste like that. Yeah, it was a fail, but it's okay. That's what I'm having today. But that's not my go-to drink. My go-to drink right now is a Cosmo, when my husband makes them. He has a special recipe.
I like it.
Anyway, he's not here, so.
I am enjoying a Surfside lemonade vodka.
Those are good.
They're pretty good. They're non-carbonated, so they're easy to drink, and but I would say my go-to cocktail would be
old-fashioned
dirty martini or an old-fashioned. Yeah.
Ooh, I like it.
I'm drinking a dirty martini.
See, there we go. See, I wasn't sure what to grab. I always try to pair with my guests. I got three, so that was very difficult, and I know you're also from three different places, so I was like, I can't figure that out. So, conversations take you down a rabbit hole, so it's a little rabbit hole bourbon. So I figured that could be fitting for tonight. So we'll see how that goes. And I know I was curious to see if you guys enjoyed a drink or two, because champagne problems, whiskey, in a song as well. So I'm like, is that just you're checking off all the different boxes on the songs that you got to do?
No, we definitely drink. We also. Braelyn and I definitely like whiskey. Do you like whiskey?
I want to.
She wants to like it, yeah. We like whiskey. Champagne, for me, not so much. I do like a wine, but not champagne, really.
Yeah, but we're definitely, we like to say we're an alcohol-free band, which means we accept any and all free alcohol, so.
Hence my Sunny seltzer.
I like it. And because I was going to say, I think you guys were, if I remember on social media correctly, down in Key West, maybe a little fruitier drinks on those, or down at the beach, a little fruitier drinks.
Yeah, it depends on the time of year.
Yeah, time of year, where
the atmosphere.
Well, anytime, because you guys introduced us to, because she's from Maryland, so she goes to Ocean City a lot. Yeah. So we got to try Orange Crushes for the first time.
And Watermelon Crushes,
and Watermelon Crushes, and those are
the big thing in Maryland.
Yeah.
I like it. Now, I was going to say, you all are from different places, grew up in different places. So, where did you all grow up, and what impact did that have on you? Because I'm always curious, because, if you're a small town, you may not have gotten to see a whole lot of shows or gotten into music that way, or maybe you did because you rode around in a truck with a parent or whatever. So, where'd you all grow up?
Want me to start?
Yeah.
So I'm from Maryland, the northern part of Maryland, but I grew up on the water. So I listened to a lot of reggae, Sublime, that kind of stuff, Third Eye Blind, 90s rock. And my family are big Dave Matthews Band fans, so I grew up kind of listening to the jam band stuff. There's a huge country music scene in Maryland too, so I also grew up listening to country, but I have a very eclectic taste in music and kind of grew up listening to a bunch of different stuff, so. But we go back to playing Maryland all the time, which is really fun for me, selfishly, but I think the girls like it too.
Love it.
But Maryland has us a lot, and we actually just got invited to play another festival there today, so we'll be there next summer already, but I think we've been there 3 or 4 times already this year, and then we're back for the Annapolis Songwriters Festival in September, and then we're opening up for a couple people in November, so yeah, we're really lucky that Maryland, they're really good fans to us.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We love going up there.
Where are you from, Paige?
So I am from Charleston, South Carolina. very lucky to have grown up there. Same thing as her. I grew up on the water, grew up on the beach. So it is actually super nice to go home to her hometown because I think the other day when we were on the boat, we were literally took a boat to a gig the other day, and I was like, oh, this is like what my soul needed. But yeah, I grew up in Charleston, so Darius Rucker, Hootie and the Blowfish, kind of like the same stuff as you, and yeah, a lot of country music inspiration there as well. So
Pages, was it your college teacher, professor?
Yeah, I went to college in Charleston, and my college professor was actually the guitar player for Hootie and the Blowfish. So super
and we
cool.
played a festival with them last year, and got to like talk to him, and it was really cool for me to see like Paige's college professor.
Yeah.
Also talking to us, but also playing for Hootie. It was really cool.
And
That's awesome.
I grew up in Nashville, Tennessee, and
Wait, there are original people from
There
there?
are original ones.
She's the unicorn.
yeah, so it's always been around me. I've always been around music and studios, and I've always been interested. And how can you not? You're born here.
I'm not gonna name drop, but Braelyn grew up with some like really cool people. Let's just put it that way. She literally grew up around some of the biggest artists and songwriters in Nashville. So that's
it's
really
very
cool.
inspiring. So I was like, I need to do that now.
Well, I was going to ask, I mean, were you all into music, like from an early age? Did it come on later? When did you go from maybe singing as a kid to actually like really being, into music?
I think we all started pretty young, I would have to guess. Because if you look at our cover art for our latest single, it's pictures of us all as little kids, somewhat related to music. I'm playing violin in my picture, Paige has a guitar, Braelyn's dressed like a cowgirl. But we all started, I think, very young. I started singing as long as I can remember, and then started guitar and violin lessons at like 5. So I'm sure y'all did too, right?
Oh yeah, very, very young.
Yeah. I've always been singing and trying to write songs.
First ones were never really that good, but we made our way up.
Well, you got to start somewhere, right? You get those early ones out, and then you get to all the good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Now you talk about where you grew up, so you kind of had that eclectic mix. Who were some of your true early musical influences? Like, who did you really gravitate towards, and maybe even nowadays still enjoy, and maybe pull from every now and then?
I feel like we have to keep going down the line. Piper?
Oh. Well, I already said a lot about mine, but I mean, a mix of like the Chicks and Shania Twain, and then from that mixed with, I grew up listening to tons of classic rock and jam band stuff like I said before, so, I mean, even like Aerosmith and Guns N' Roses, I was rocking out to as like a young kid, and then the jam band stuff, Fleetwood Mac and Dave Matthews and all of that, so I have a very wide variety.
Yeah. Is it your turn? Shoot.
My dog is literally being so annoying right now. I'm going to grab him so we're not
You go next.
So, I mean, I feel like songwriting and, like, vocal-wise, I've always really liked, like, Miranda Lambert and Leanne Womack and, like, Grace Potter and Amy Winehouse and Miley Cyrus was a big one, too. And, I don't know, just a wide range. But then, like, my parents were really into jam bands like Grateful Dead and
Still are.
Yeah, and
Still
Widespread Panic and like those kinds of bands. And when I was in like middle school, I found Fleetwood Mac, and I was like, wow, this changed my life. I did a deep dive into that.
Yeah. My dad was a big, influenced me a lot with Bill Withers. So that was I feel like really kind of got like the soulful side of the tone of my voice. And then my mom was a really big Lyle Lovett fan, so I think that's what brought me into the country world. And I remember hearing Tim McGraw's Red Rag Top for the first time when I was little, and that was like the first time my mom had to sit me down and have like a real conversation with me about real adult problems. And I was like, yeah, I want to tell stories when I get older. And I think that's what drew me into the countryside. So, but it works because I feel like all of our influences mold this really cool trio and all these different vibes and influences. So,
yeah.
Well, and I was going to say, how did July Moon come together? Have you guys known each other for a while? I mean, how did this trio become a trio?
So Paige joined the band at the beginning of last year. So we're a little over a year now together as the three of us. But July Moon, the band itself, formed back in 2021. Braelyn and I formed it with our previous member, and we all connected basically just through mutual friends and mutual, music business related people in Nashville. And when the other person wasn't in the band anymore, we were talking and trying to figure out if we wanted to, continue as a duo or just not do it at all. And we said to each other, we vowed that we would have to find the perfect person for us to continue. And it just so happened that Paige and I met 8 years ago when we played a writer's round at the original Bobby's Idol Hour. And we moved here kind of at the same time, 8 years ago?
Yeah.
And we had stayed in touch, been writing friends and writing partners for years. We've written a lot of songs together over the years. And I just said to Braelyn one day, maybe we should just write with Paige, my friend Paige, and see how it goes. And immediately, they hit it off. Mm-hmm. We wrote a great song. It was, a great day. And it was definitely one of those things where our voices clicked, our writing clicked, our personalities clicked. And we asked her kind of that day, I think, if she wanted to join. And then she told us, you can go from there. But, yes, that's how it happened. She was going on The Voice. So that happened, but you can tell that part.
Yeah, it was crazy because I have been a huge fan of them, the band July Moon, since they started. I think I went to almost every show they had in town.
She sang at our EP release, or our first single release, 4 years ago. It's so crazy. She sang as a guest singer. It's just nuts.
And I was just I loved everything about it. I loved the vibes. I loved everything that they had. Sorry. I was using it to distract the dog.
Oh, he was eating it.
But yeah, and then when they asked me to join the band, I was I really, really, really want to be a part of this because I love you guys and I'm a huge fan of what you guys do. But I also am about to leave to go to LA for 4 months. So is that okay? And they supported me through that whole journey and it was incredible. So, and it all worked out.
Yeah. We just bashed a lot of content and made the world think that she was here, but she wasn't. Power of social media.
I was going to say it all worked out in the end. And I was going to say, when Paige joined in 2024, what was that transition like with her joining and how did that kind of maybe change what you guys were, looking to do?
I think Braelyn and I had known already that we wanted to kind of focus the sound of July Moon's music. It just wasn't feeling as personal to us anymore.
Yeah.
So we started, learning all the new songs with Paige and writing new songs and kind of talking about how we wanted to take our sound. And that involved, a new producer and new co-writers and new music, obviously. So that was the first step, was just trying to figure out which direction we were going to go. And we ended up finding our producer, Clint Wells, who is incredible and has shaped what you hear in What a Woman Should Be and what you will hear in our future songs. We have a bunch ready to go and, hopefully coming out the end of this year. But we really are so grateful for him and him helping shape what July Moon is now. But yeah, it was just a lot of obviously getting to know the new dynamic and writing new material and a lot of social media stuff and kind of easing into it. We didn't want to force it and make it seem like you wake up one day and you have a new band member, but at the same time, we wanted to build our new vibe and new sound and new look. So it took a minute, but we're here now.
Well, and where does the name July Moon come from? What's the story behind that?
Well, it comes from the 90s country song Strawberry Wine by Deanna Carter. Because in the chorus, it's like that, how July moves. And then, but our friend, our co-writer, who has written a lot of our songs with us, came up with the name. And she was like, what about July Moon? And ever since then, it's kind of just stuck. And we were like, yeah, I think that's it. And then everyone was like, whoa, that name's actually kind of cool. And we were like,
I remember when you guys announced it, because you guys were
oh my gosh,
under
we
the
were
gnome
Nashville Mystery Trio back in the day.
Yeah.
But when you guys did say it and it came out, I was like, that is so good. That's so clever. So I was a huge fan. Did I say that?
You were like, this was just meant to be. It was just what was supposed to happen in the end.
I think I did make a joke to you. I was like, if anyone ever leaves, and you were like, no one's gonna leave. And I was like, but if they do.
Yeah, years ago, we were in a co-write, and Paige was like, if anyone ever leaves, I'd love to be a part of the band. I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Well,
Turns out, here we are.
Never say never, because you never know what will happen. You know.
Very true.
But, you know, you kind of talk about, you know, being able to find your sound, which I feel like is very difficult in this industry. You know, you can kind of get pigeonholed, or you go down a whole bunch of different ways. So what was it like when you were able to really do that, you know, kind of blend in so many genres? And obviously, you know, you're working with a new producer in Clint Wells. I mean, what's it like to really hone that sound in? And when you found it, I'm guessing there was a lot of smiles.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Super
very
exciting.
It's almost like emotional, because you're like, wow, I'm finally hearing what I want it to sound like, or like what I've wanted it to sound like for so long, and it like finally is like a real thing now. Like, we have songs that are done, and
they sound exactly
like what we want.
Yeah, I think it was like, I don't know, you guys can agree or disagree, but it was really important for us. Like, we're heavy on harmonies, and our live show is like, our favorite thing to do is to perform live. So when we were recording these songs, we were like, don't clean this up. Like, don't make it too perfect or anything like that. Like, this is raw, and we want to hear everybody in the harmonies. We want to hear all the instruments. We want it to just feel live and still. And I think that's been lost in this generation of music.
Digital.
It's too clean, too much autotune, all that stuff. So I think it was really cool when we all came together and we're like, this needs to feel like a live album. Like, this needs to feel like the people are there watching us. So that was really cool. I love that Clint was able to do that.
Yeah, when I explained to Clint, you know, asked him if he would even consider listening to our demos and working with us, I explained to him that our sound we were aiming for was like a mix of Fleetwood Mac and the Chicks and the Pistol Annies, but we want the vocal production super, like, a lot of harmonies in your face, but also, like, we're still country band. So, and he was like, I get the vision immediately. We're like, okay, we can't wait to hear what you come up with. But I mean, our new sound is definitely like a little bit less commercial, I will say that. It's a little more rock, it's a little more raw, it's a little more messy, like Paige said. But it's what's true to us and what we feel represents us and our sound and our soul and our writing, and I just think it's July Mint.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, such a good answer.
Well, and boy, what a way to lead it off, really, with your latest single, your newest single, What a Woman Should Be. What was it like to, one, write that song, and then two, put that song out into the world?
So writing it, I wrote it with our previous band member and then another girl named Julie Williams. And so it was just three girls in a room, and we were kind of like, well, we're kind of tired of like being like told to act a certain way or look a certain way. And like, as a kid, for me personally, like, I grew up with two older brothers. So I was always trying to hang out with the guys. I was trying to play football, and like, other girls would make fun of me for playing football during recess. And it's like, well, why can't I? Like, why is it different for a girl, you know? And so I feel like that's a lot of like the inspiration behind it. Like, a girl should feel like that she can play football and not be like made fun of, or like, you know. And so when we put it out, I guess it's like, it can be like kind of scary, because like we have been getting hate comments from like men on YouTube.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's not the, like, we're not saying like, I don't know, we're just saying like a girl can do what she wants. Like, if she wants to cook you a meal, she will. Like, you know, like if she wants to play football, she will. If she wants to have a career, she will, you know. It's not like we're saying that, oh, women don't ever need to take care of a man. It's like, no, but if she wants to, that's totally fine, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just, I feel like it doesn't get through to some people, which is like, frustrating, but it's okay. Yeah.
Not everyone's gonna get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's meant to just, it's obviously a sassy song, and July Moon is sassy. Like, a lot of our songs are sassy and have that little like push to them, but it's meant to just say, exactly what Braelyn just said, but also there's so many societal norms against women, especially in the country music world, and we can do all the things we want to do and be artists. We don't have to do it's what she said is a woman can just choose what she wants to do. That's the point of the song. It's not what she needs to do, what she shouldn't do. It's up to her is what it's meant to say. So
yeah.
Well, and I was gonna say, you know, you can thank those folks for boosting the algorithm for the comments.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you also have gotten probably some very positive feedback because, you know, like you said, there may not be a lot of songs out there that are saying this at this time. So I'm guessing those comments, though, those DMs really mean something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we just had this conversation the other day that, like, overall, incredible support. We're very grateful for it. But, you know, sometimes as an artist or a creative, when you get one single negative comment, it sits so much harder than the positive ones. And we, as a group, have just been, you know, working on just, like, letting those go and just, like, really taking in all the positive, you know, reactions to the song. And just, we're always gonna have haters, and it's like the more success you have, the more haters that you have. So we're learning, we're learning how to handle all that stuff together, and I think, you know, it's super cool, and it's we're lucky to have, you know, each other to do that with.
Well, and then last year I know you all put out another single, The Highway, and that song also resonated with a lot of folks. What was it like for that to kind of resonate and be so strongly liked?
I think The Highway, if you hear it like for the first time, you think it might be like a breakup song, but it's actually not a breakup song at all. It's just about how it's sometimes tough to be in a relationship when you do this for a living, and it doesn't have to be music. It could be a truck driver. It could be anybody that's away from family, traveling for a living. But at the end of the song, it kind of leaves it unknown the outcome. But the song was kind of written about. I mean, in the writing room, it was a personal song for me, inspired by me and my feelings. And I mean, I'm married. I'm the only married one in the group. But my husband and I are happily married. Everything's good. It's just he has to sometimes deal with me being away for work, and he's so supportive of it. But it doesn't mean it's not always easy. And I think we just wanted to be real because, you know, there's always like either happy ever after love songs or breakup songs, and I wanted to be like, we don't have to break up. We can still be okay and still go through hard things. So that's a song where it's just about the hard times, but it all works out in the end. But it's not always rainbows and butterflies. It's not always like send you off on your way. It's no, I really miss you at home. So you know, I want to have a family one day, and that song is about, you know, it talks about that in the song. That's an emotional subject for me too, because back to the societal norms of women in country music, I think it's changing a lot, which is amazing, but there's a lot more mothers in country music these days, but I think for a long time there weren't. And so that's a pressure that, you know, sometimes women in this industry feel, as to whether or not to have children. Will it affect our careers? But men, in my opinion, can have as many babies as they want, and it doesn't necessarily affect them. So, but that song was really cool, and I think it got a lot of attention, and it helped us a lot in our career, and we're very grateful for that song. So, yeah.
Well, and I think you all had a little bit of fun when you did a music video for it that just came out. So what was it like to you know, put that creative side? Obviously, it's one thing to write songs, perform them, but it's another to maybe bring the story to life. So what was it like to create the music video?
I think it was a blast. Like that's our first official music video, so it was really cool. We got to go to Atlanta to film it, and we also got to have a famous NASCAR driver as the lead, and that was incredible. And you know, Piper's mom is a professional makeup artist, so it was really cool to, like, one thing that's super important for us is, like, as we grow and you know, hopefully become more successful with this, we always want to bring in, like, our family and friends to be a part of the journey. So it was cool to have Piper's mom come and do all our makeup, and then she brought in a friend who did our hair, and it was very much our first experience doing something at that caliber, and to release a music video together was amazing, and it turned out great. And Ryan Ellis, who is the NASCAR driver, did an amazing job. So it was just overall just an incredible experience, great team, and to, you know, let the world see it was really cool. I don't know. It's like our first, like, professional, like, here you go.
It was a whole
We
set.
had to act, you know. We had to do that.
Yeah,
So.
to act.
Paige was the actress in that one. Give her all the props.
Ugh.
It was fun though. It was like pouring rain at certain points, so we were like, "This is like, is it gonna look cool? Is it gonna look weird?" Like,
It turned out good.
yeah.
No, I was gonna say it looked like a lot of fun, and I'm guessing that's something you hope to continue to do more of and have a little bit more fun with.
Oh yeah, I think we always talk about like when we write songs or it's coming to life in the studio. We're like, ooh, this music video would look really good, and like on stage we can have these lights and this and that. So it's like a whole other side of the creative, you know, side of our brain to visualize things like that. So it's cool.
Well, I was gonna say, you know, when you're coming up with whether it's, and you know, one of you with the idea, or you know, different writes with different folks. It could be all three of you, might be one of you with others. What is that creative process like for you? How does that work? You know, I'm guessing it's a little bit of everything from the sounds so far.
Yeah, I mean, are you asking about like in the writing room specifically?
Writing room, and then obviously when you're bringing the song to life, because it's one thing to write it, but it's another to also put, you know, a little music behind it.
Right. Well, in the writing room specifically, I will just go ahead and say, like, I am not a lyricist. I don't think in words. I think in, like, music only, and, like, melodies and a lot of harmonies, chord progressions. So I don't normally bring, at least in the beginning of the lyrics to the room. These two are a lot more, like, into, like, writing, and Paige is super into reading and books, and Braelyn is like has been a writer since she was super young, and I just wasn't doing that. I was humming things, but not writing words to songs, at least as a kid. So I'm always bringing like, you know, chord progression ideas or harmony ideas or adding harmonies to songs, and that's like my forte. But yeah, y'all can talk about what you bring.
Yeah, I think it's cool because I think we definitely like sit with the lyrics a lot more. But like you literally have an incredible ear, and every time Piper comes to us with harmonies and like she hears things that we just don't hear, like she's like, that's not right, and we're like, what do you mean? What do you mean that's not right? And then she'll show us, and we're like, oh, wow. So it's like, it's incredible to see, you know, we're in the same, you know, business and creative side of things, but like that's a whole nother side, and we're on a whole nother side. Like, so for it to come together is incredible. But like, I gotta give you props because you really like. So I'm like, she's like, don't play that chord. I'm like, it's right. And she's like, no, it's not. Yeah, incredible. But yeah, we focus a lot more on the lyrics. I think before I joined the band, that's all I was doing for the last like 2 years before joining the band I was just songwriting. That was it. And I know you've been writing since you were so very young. So it's cool. We got a little bit of a different, sometimes we'll come in with the chord progression. Sometimes we'll come in with an idea and see what happens.
And as far as bringing a song to life, like obviously July Moon's our niche is harmonies, so working out weird harmonies is like my favorite thing to do. Harmonies that you wouldn't, like the 1, 3, and 5 of a chord, like I like to try to find things that are different combinations of harmonies and things that sound a little witchy sometimes and a little more Fleetwood Mac inspired, and so that's usually what we're focusing on when we're trying to bring a song to make it July Moon-esque.
Well, and it sounds like, you know, obviously, you know, What a Woman Should Be is out now, and it sounds like hopefully there's more music coming. Are we just, I don't want you to get in trouble. I know you can get in trouble, so I don't want you to tell me too much. But are we thinking more singles, maybe an EP, something else? I mean, obviously you're hopeful to share stuff with folks at least.
Maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah. We're looking for a little bit of both of those things. Let's just
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. A good tease. Follow them on social media. You will find out things along the way. Now, you've talked about this too. You want your songs to be able to be, you know, what they hear, you know, on Spotify, wherever. You want that to be the sound when they're live, you know, when you guys are live, and that's something you really, really enjoy. What is a July Moon show like, and where does that energy that you're able to produce come from?
Our shows are like rowdy. Like we don't have a lot of slow songs. I mean, we like slow songs. We just don't have a lot of them right now. We are like always singing to our, you know, singing loud, lots of harmonies the whole time. We have as many instruments as we can have at the time. You know, our record has, our song has a lot of keys in it. So we love like the synth and the organ, and it's got a couple guitars on there. So our shows are a lot. They're fun. They're a lot of energy.
Mhm.
And where do we get the energy from?
Red Bull.
Yeah. Sponsor us. Yeah. I mean, I think it's just so much fun singing together. Like,
Yeah.
I was never a solo artist, and they did solo projects before July Moon, but I just couldn't imagine not being a part of a band. I just think it's so much more fun to make music with other people than it is by myself personally.
Yeah.
But when we hit like a certain chord as a harmony, like it is the most satisfying and exciting feeling. And I think we draw a lot from like doing when we do things well. It makes us even more excited.
Oh yeah, you just
sure.
see the look on someone's face.
Yeah, our eyes light up. We're like, yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Well, and you've talked about this. You guys have been able to perform at festivals. You did, Darius Rucker's Riverfront Revival. You've opened for artists like Tyler Farr and Josh Ross. What have been some of your most memorable live performance moments so far?
I kind of want to take this one.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know if you guys are going to agree with this. It's so funny you said it because I think one of our absolute favorite shows that we ever played was in a wood shop? Is that what you would call it? It was back in Pennsylvania, and it was a wood shop that they have like these music nights or whatever. But truly, for me, I think that was one of our top favorite shows because they turned it into a little venue. There was like candles everywhere, and people were sitting there and they were watching us, and you just felt this beautiful energy in the room. Like, we've played for massive crowds, and we've done that, and we just sang the national anthem at a professional baseball team, but that intimate show at this place called The Artifact was probably, I think, I would say our top 3 favorite shows we've ever played.
Because we get to play there again this fall, which we're really excited about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's a fun one and a unique one too, and I know you guys are getting, I believe, ready to do something. By the time this drops, it'll be the episode will drop in August. So in August, I think you guys are hopping overseas. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Going to Europe. How cool is that gonna be?
Yeah, that might put at the
That
top.
that might make its way up there.
We haven't done it yet, but we're playing 2 shows in England, and we're so excited. The big one is Country Calling. It's a country music festival in Chelmsford, Essex, which is, I think, 30 minutes east of London. Yeah. And we're also going to York to play a really cool, smaller, intimate show at a cafe that they kind of like refer to as like the Bluebird of York, England. So we're really excited to do both because one will be a huge main stage festival show and then one will be a small little cafe. So yeah, we get to bring our families over there and go travel, and our first time traveling to Europe together to play. So we're really excited for that.
Well, I was gonna say, it sounds like you got other things set up. So I'm guessing more shows, and what's your favorite part about just being on stage?
Hitting those harmonies.
Just get like connecting, like, and getting those notes, and then seeing how the crowd reacts, and then like, I don't know, it just feels good when we're all just like, we know we're doing well, and like we're just feeding off of each other and the crowd's energy, and I don't know, it's so much fun, honestly.
Another cool thing about July Moon, and I think this adds to a lot of fun of our. Winston is on one today.
I know.
Another thing that adds something really cool to our shows is that none of us are like the lead singer of July Moon. So we all take turns singing lead, and we all like trade harmony parts. So not one person singing the low or the high or the third or the fifth at every song. So we all rotate what songs we're singing lead on, and that makes it so much more fun for us. It keeps us on our toes, and gives us some variety in show. It's not always just one person as lead singer. So we don't have a lead singer, and we don't ever intend to, and we're all equal vocalists in the group and share an equal vocal load. So that makes it, I think, really fun for us too.
Oh yeah.
Well, and I always love to ask this question. At the beginning, I ask you, what's your go-to drink? What's your favorite drink? And this is one of my favorite, possibly my favorite question to ask because of the answers I get. What's each of you's favorite song to perform live right now?
Ooh, don't take mine.
Go ahead, you go first then.
Okay, we do a cover of Rhiannon by Fleetwood Mac, and that's definitely my favorite song that we do live. Well, I don't know. Right now. I have a lot of favorite songs that we do,
Wait,
but
this is hard.
right now, that's my favorite.
Right now, you go. I don't know. I'm thinking.
I like Creek Don't Rise. That's our opening song of the set, and it's super high energy. We all have, a part in it, but like we're so locked in, and it's just like just starts the whole vibe of our whole set. So yeah, Creek Don't Rise is one of ours. So
I don't know. When we're full band recently, I've really liked Superstition. It's so fun.
Which I feel like it's like a curveball because nobody really expects it. They're expecting like rock or country, and then we're like, here we go. There's Stevie Wonder in there.
See, and this is why I like it. 3 different answers, 3 totally different things, and I think that's what people, love about a live show is you never know what to expect. It could be someone's favorite song. It could that they hear on an album could be slightly different live because you're able to do so much more in it. And I love those answers. And you've got What a Woman Should Be out now. You're going over to England. You've got shows in the fall. But what else can folks expect from you? And what are you guys hoping to still achieve maybe this year and on to? It's crazy to say because we're past the halfway point of 2025 on into 2026.
Yeah.
We'll be in Annapolis for the Annapolis Songwriters Festival, which is the same festival that runs the Key West Songwriters Festival. So we'll be there in the fall. We're really excited for that. We've played that the last 2 years and had a really, really good time. You can definitely expect more original music from us this year. I'm not going to say exactly how many songs or projects, but definitely. We also just announced today, so whenever this comes out, it'll be that we are putting out a acoustic cover of What a Woman Should Be. That will be out tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be out by this comes out.
So go check it out on YouTube.
Yeah, go check it out. What a Woman Should Be acoustic cover. We recorded it in a really cool studio here in Nashville, and so lots more coming from us this year. Yeah,
I love it. What made y'all want to do the acoustic cover or the acoustic version of What a Woman Should Be?
I feel like so people can get a sense of like how we do it live because we don't always have a full band all the time, and it sometimes is just the 3 of us with either 2 guitars or 1 guitar even, or sometimes 3. But so we just wanted to showcase a different version than the fully produced version. It'll get like more raw and organic and get a taste of what our live show's like, acoustic.
I was gonna say, who knows? Maybe that'll at some point be all of y'all's favorite when you slow down in the middle of the set with a straight acoustic performance of What a Woman Should Be. So
Love that.
Well, Paige, Piper, Braelyn, I appreciate you all so much. Folks, if you haven't, give What a Woman Should Be a listen. Give July Moon a listen. They are well worth your time, and they are a fantastic trio. And y'all, thanks for sharing a drink with me and having a good conversation.
Cheers. Thank you.